Okay. 1, 2, 3. All eyes on Missy. Okay. Guys, it's time for math. We are going to start with, today we're going to do combining like terms, okay? We will know it. Say it with me. I will know it when.
I will know it when.
I can evaluate expressions with help, or with like terms without help.
I can evaluate expressions with like terms without help.
Correct. Okay. So we know. Do we know what evaluate means?
No.
Okay, you guys remember? Evaluate is to determine. Okay, we're going to make sure that we got this. And this whole thing right here, just that way we're clear, this whole thing is an expression. Yesterday we kind of talked about different terms. Okay, we have, each one of these is called a what?
A term.
Correct. And what do I call this? Does anybody remember?
A tool.
Okay, it is a 2, but it's also what we're going to call our coefficients. Okay, we have our coefficients, we have our variable, and our constant. Okay, so when we're combining like terms, what do you think that means?
Doing math.
Doing math. We need to make sure that things that are the same. So for instance, you can have 2 apples and 2 apples are going to be a group, right? But you can't have an apple and an orange. That doesn't make anything, correct? So we're going to pretend like our X's are our apples and our Y's are our oranges. So we're going to combine these 2 things together. So what do you guys think that 2x plus x is going to equal?
2xx.
2xx, that's a good guess. It's actually going to equal 3x because there is an imaginary 1 in front of this other x, okay? Anytime a variable is by itself, it's a 1. It's itself times 1. Just remember that any number times itself is 1. So this right here is going to end up being 3x, okay? And we have a positive number and a positive number. What do you guys think we can do next? Is there another like crazy term out there?
3 and y.
3 and y? Now 3 and y, those are 2 different terms. So, but in y, there's only one of them. Now is it a positive or a negative?
A negative.
Negative, correct. So we have minus y, and now what else do we have that's the same?
Y and 1.
Well, not y and 1. We got rid of it. So we've gotten rid of this.
Negative y and y.
Negative 1 and 3. So what is 3 minus 1?
2.
2, correct. So our expression has then turned into 3x minus y plus 2. Okay? Now this is an easier expression. And remember the other day we were talking, I was reminding you guys about PEMDAS, right? We're going to do our parentheses, our exponents. Then we're going to multiply and divide from left to right. So if division comes first, do we do division first or do we do multiplication first?
Division.
Division. Same thing with addition and subtraction. I just happen to have this one with all the subtraction at the end, but if the subtraction comes first, going from left to right like we read, then it's going to go first. Any questions?
What if a value has an exponent?
Good question, Aiden. I like that. So let's, we're actually going to probably be dealing a little bit with that today. So let's make another expression. We're going to make it y squared, or x squared, let's make it in subtraction, minus y squared plus y minus x squared. Okay, so what is similar in these two situations?
Y and y and x and x.
Okay, y and x and x. Now, this is a trick, okay? Because if we were to make this y out, or this x, if it has an exponent, if we were actually to multiply it, it's going to be x times x, okay? Or x times x. That's how we're going to write it. Just like when we were talking about if we had a 2 and it had an exponent of 2, it also equals 2 times 2. Okay? So this means that these are not the same kind of value. Okay? So, and we can't put those two together. The y squared and the y we cannot put together. But look, we can put our x squared and our x squared together. So what would this be if we were to put these two x's together?
x4.
x4? Good guess. Now if we were multiplying, it could equal that.
x.
We have a positive x. We can rewrite this expression and put our terms together. So it's going to be x squared minus x squared minus y squared plus y. Because if we had this, another way of writing this, we could put a parenthesis around that and put a little plus right in front of it in order to be able to move it around. Okay? Same thing with this y right here. Okay? Which we'll probably talk about that a little bit later on down the line. But anytime you have that, you can do that at any time, which makes it easier to kind of move things around. We just need to know that if it's in front of it, it's going to be negative. So if we have, that's essentially 1 minus 1. And then what is 1 minus 1?
0.
0. Okay, so this essentially becomes nothing. So then our expression actually becomes y squared plus y. Okay? We good? All right, so today, in order to practice this, we're going to go on our stations. First station's we're going to have our circle station's going to be a Kahoot back with me. Then we're going to go, rectangle station's going to be with Miss Grace. We're going to be doing an activity to kind of help you guys get your variables down. And then we're going to have Square Station. Remember, Square Station is at your desk, and we're going to have a worksheet for you guys to work on your own. And when you're done with the worksheet, you can do a little bit of Khan Academy. For our closing station today, we're going to do some Prodigy. Okay? Yay? Yep. After that, before we close, we'll probably we'll have a little bit of a reflection time before the end of math. Okay? All right, get to it.